Hello and welcome to Downtime Podcast episode 135 with Alyssa and Jeremy. It is a lovely Sunday, Alyssa, and how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm just hanging in there, chilling. How are you doing?
I'm good. Bought some turnips this morning from Daisy May and Animal Crossing, so I'm feeling pretty good. Hopefully I'll make a lot of money this week.
Cool. How many turnips did you buy?
Um, uh, 8,000 turnips?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, one of my friends was like, "Hey, turnips in my town are 90 bells," and we're like, "Okay, let's go there." So we all went there, and
Yeah.
yeah, we just went ham. So I bought like $800,000, 800,000 bells worth of turnips.
Holy
So
shit.
yeah, I'm trying to make it big this week.
Hey, why not?
Right?
I got bells at my friend's place for 97 bells
Damn.
because the turnips in my town were like 115.
What? That's so expensive.
And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna buy it here.
No, hell no. That's way too much money.
This is actually the first week that I'm gonna try doing the stock market because last week what happened was I visited my friend's island and she had an Easter egg hunt for Bunny Day. And part of the Easter egg hunt, I ended up getting 200 turnips from her.
Nice.
And then I sold that for 450, I want to say, each. And then after that, I was like, oh, I guess I'll just do this for a little bit. So I'm gonna try this week and next week
Heck yeah.
and make some profit that way, aside from selling fruit.
Do it. That sounds awesome.
Yes.
It's like, to me, the stock market is like the easiest way to make money in the game. And like, I know we talked about Tarantula Farming in our first episode of Animal Crossing, but I've like completely stopped doing that. The last time I did it was earlier this week, just once, because Flick was in town.
To be fair, when you were describing Tarantula Farming, it seemed very time consuming.
Yeah.
Capturing all those tarantulas.
No, yeah, that's the thing. So I had that mindset going into a Nook Miles random island this week, and Flick was in town, so I was like, well, I guess I'll just make one of these islands into Tarantula Island, catch a bunch of tarantulas, and call it a day. And I give Orville my ticket. I fly. I land. I'm like, all right, this could be a bamboo island, or this could be Money Rock Island, whatever. I get to it.
Sure.
It's Tarantula Island. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. So I stuff my pockets full of tarantulas and go back. I'm like, Flick, take this. And he's like, all right, I'll pay you 700,000 bells. I was like, hell
there
yeah, dude. So I had a really good stroke of luck earlier this week. But yeah, now it's back to day trading, stock market. So that's how I feel.
Cool. My accomplishments this week are I caught quite a few turtles and have decorated my farm with them. Not farm, my island with the snapping turtles.
Oh, okay.
And I have terraform now on my island.
Nice. Me too. I got it yesterday.
Yeah, I got terraform for the first time. Yeah, yesterday too. Oh, for some reason I thought you always had terraform, but I guess not.
Oh, no.
Oh, shoot. Okay. For sure. So now I have that, and I'm like, wow, all this power to put the paths and the waterfalls and the cliffs that you want, and I don't even know what I'm doing yet. So my first priority with my island is I'm going to reformat my plaza, because the way that I set up my island is all of the stores and the museum are all on one part of the island. So I'm gonna fix that into like more of a nice looking plaza. And then after that, I'm going to beef up and decorate with paths, the neighborhoods that I've created, and
Okay.
then we'll go from there, and then maybe create some random waterfall type shit. But
So,
that's all I have for this week.
that's awesome. Yeah, I didn't know where to begin with my terraforming, so I just started making paths, and I was like, cool. I don't know
Yep.
what else to do right now because like my town is pretty. It looks pretty good right now, and I really don't care about the island star rating. Like, I'm just here to make money right now, and once I finish making money, I'm gonna start editing my island. And I visited all my other friends' islands. Like some of them are deep into the terraforming game, and then some of them are just like, yeah, I've just built paths and I've edited some
Yeah,
things here and
right.
there, and I'm like,
That's
yeah,
where I'm at. The ladder.
yeah, you really don't need to 100% edit your town. I think you could really, again, this is a game that you could take your time with. You can play over the course of the year because there'd be people out there time traveling, getting so much money, doing all these different things, and their islands are 5-star. And I'm like, well, are you gonna get bored of the game because Christmas hasn't even happened yet, Halloween hasn't happened yet, Thanksgiving hasn't happened yet. You know, there's all these other things that you could be doing in the game that I'm looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
That I want to like spread my excitement over time with this game as
Yeah.
opposed to just play it one and done and then finish it and move on, because that's kind of how I felt, as I mentioned before in a previous podcast. That's kind of how I felt about playing Yakuza 3 and 4. I was just like, there came a point where I was like, I want to finish this. Like I'm so tired of it now. I just want to finish it because 3 and 4 kind of felt like the same game, and I wanted to play other things. And Animal Crossing just came out, so I was really pushing to finish those. And I don't want to feel that
Mm-hmm.
way about Animal Crossing.
Yeah. So with Animal Crossing, one of the only reasons why I want to terraform part of the island is so that I don't feel obliged to decorate that part of the island.
I see.
So, yeah, so I want to do some sort of landscaping for maybe like a top left portion of my map so that I don't have to worry about adding furniture or doing anything to that part.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can focus on other parts that I actually in my head I know that I'm going to add furniture to and whatnot.
Right.
Yes.
No, that's cool. Can't wait to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I
And speaking of Yakuza 3, I'm actually in Yakuza 3 right now. I'm on chapter 7.
Oh, you're getting there. Awesome.
Yeah.
How do you like it so far?
You know, I gotta say, the beginning of the game caught me off guard because I felt like there was a weird time skip that wasn't explained or covered, and it confused me from a storyline standpoint. So, you know, in Yakuza 3, that game starts off in the future. You're in a future moment with Kiryu and Rikia and Haruka. And then after that intro, chapter 1 starts in the past, which it's a common thing. You introduce something that happens in the future, and then you go back to the past, and then at that point it's like leading up to what happens in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of chapter 3 with Kiryu and Nakahara, after I finished that chapter, it was like chapter 3 went straight after chapter 3, chapter 4 went straight to that future point in the intro.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was so confused because I wasn't sure if that was intentional or if I like missed a point in the cutscene ending chapter 3, because that time jump really confused me because I didn't understand where anything was coming from.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about, by the way?
I do. I remember 100%. I just remember like the beginning, and they're all like in the hospital, and then I'm like, what the hell's going on? Who are these other people? And then yeah, it cuts to like, oh no, Oyaji, we gotta go help him, we gotta go see him. It's like, okay, what? This is now we're caught up. Now we're where the beginning was. It's just interesting storytelling technique. It's very cinematic.
The problem is just between chapter 3 and chapter 4, it's like it skips another point before we even get to the intro.
Mm-hmm.
Get to the future. I mean, like, to be like, I didn't mind at all when the intro started in the future and then we went back to the past. That happens with a bunch of games.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt for some reason like it just skipped another part, and that confused me for quite some time.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But yeah, so it's like, it's not the intro that was weird, it was the transition between chapter 3 and 4 that was weird.
Okay.
Yeah, but then I got over that, so now I've been to both Kamurocho and Okinawa, and Okinawa had some pretty good sub-stories.
Oh yeah. First of all, I just like how Okinawa looks and the layout and everything about it. It's beautiful.
Yes, I like how everyone is wearing tropical shirts. I like how all the Yakuza, except for the rival one, are all in tropical shirts.
Mm-hmm.
I like the feel of the town. This is what I think is great about Yakuza, and Yakuza after the second one, is that it went to different regions now, which I feel like is very necessary. So I like that we were in Okinawa. I like how in Yakuza 0 we went to Osaka, and then in Yakuza 5 we're gonna go to a lot of cool places like Sapporo and what are other spots that we're gonna go to? You go back to Osaka in Yakuza 5 as well.
So cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Oh, and then Nagoya as well.
Oh, that's so cool. What? That's awesome.
There's just there's a lot of spots that are visited in Yakuza 5.
Oh, but Kamurocho remains like the center of it all, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Okay. Dope.
I did the sub story where I had to trade a sea bream for a Meguro tuna.
Uh-huh.
And I had to capture it and fish for a tuna. And I just want to say that the fishing minigame is really difficult.
So there's also a sub story you can do where you get tuna, and I just did that.
Oh, which one is that?
I don't remember, but I got it from somewhere, and I was like, I know what to do with this, and I just traded it, and I was like, I don't have to catch it now, because it took me forever to try to catch the tuna. I was like,
it was really accomplishing, though. I will say, I felt super accomplished when I caught the tuna. Actually, when I caught the tuna, I turned off my PlayStation. I was like, yep, I'm done for the day.
You did it the right way.
I did everything I needed to do.
I respect that. You did it the right way, and I think that's awesome.
Yes. So I'm liking Yakuza 3 right now. Very quick game. I was surprised in a week I got to chapter 7.
Yeah, right?
The chapters are very, very short. I almost feel like I could finish this in like 25 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, this almost feels like a quick hit. So I'm not complaining though. I'm having a good time so far. The cabaret training game that you were talking about is really hard. I completely agree with you.
Yeah. So
the complicating thing is when you're coordinating. So the hostess, Kiri, she, like, say for example, the cabaret club wants her to stack up on charisma and they want a charismatic girl. So you can't just train charisma 3 times in a row. You have to do some roundabout way of training every single skill to get the charisma to go up.
Huh.
And I think that's very complicated. So basically it's like you can't even bump up a skill for like 2 rounds, or not 2 rounds, for 2 games.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then also, I almost feel like it's beneficial for an outfit to have everything for refined, gorgeous, cute, and flashy. So, like, for example, I noticed this for the first time when I was stacking up clothing and accessories to boost up my gorgeous stat, because that was what the cabaret club was requesting at the time. And then when I did it, my gorgeous stat actually went down. Huh. And I was really confused. But then I I learned through trying to add flashy to it that if I added both flashy and gorgeous items together, then both of those stats boomed like almost to max. So it was like it's a weird thing where this Cabaret game is you can't even stack up what you think you're supposed to stack up. You have to just do the variety.
Yeah, because you don't know what the people want in the club after. And
yes.
Yeah, it's all trial and error, and it takes time because with that first one, you have to build up enough money to buy more outfits to buy for the future girls, so that the future girls will be easier to manage.
There's future girls?
There's more. Yeah, there's more than one hostess. You have to once you complete her in an S rank, then you have to move on to a different girl.
Oh fuck. Okay.
It's stupid.
Oh wow.
That's why I gave up. I gave up halfway through, and I was like, I'm done with this. I can't do this. And the game comes back in Yakuza 4, just FYI.
That's hard. Can I bring it, or is Yakuza 4 in Okinawa at any point?
Do you want me to tell you? I don't know if I should. I mean, it's not really a spoiler.
Oh, telling me a location's not a spoiler.
Okay, that's fine. So yes and no. Yes, because you get to go to Okinawa as Kiryu. But no, you don't get to go downtown. You only get to stay in like the Morning Glory Orphanage area.
Oh, okay, got it. I thought what you were saying is when you said it comes back in Yakuza 4, I thought you were saying is my save could actually carry over to Yakuza 4.
Oh, the Hostess Club minigame?
For the Hostess Club in Okinawa.
No. It's in Kamurocho where you do that minigame.
I see. That's okay. I'm only gonna get S rank for Akiri, and then I'm done with that. Just enough to finish the sub story. So
yeah, that's fine. I think that's fine.
I will say Yakuza 3 is very smooth. In terms of the frame rate and everything, I was surprised playing it. I kind of thought there was gonna be a bit of a delay, but I thought everything moved pretty quickly. I mean, obviously, since it's a remaster, the controls are typical of what I expected of a PlayStation 3, but I thought that the video looks really nice.
Yeah.
And moving around is surprisingly really easy.
There are some cutscenes that bother me where they're like 30 frames a second. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I can tell which ones were like pre-rendered into a video file format as opposed to within the game's engine, because you know how there's of course the ones that are just text where it's the two characters talking and their mouths are moving like robots, but then there's the ones that are 60 frames a second, which are like in the game and they have, you know, the characters' mouths moving like, you know, the voice actor, and then there's the pre-rendered ones that are like movie files within the game, which is like 30 frames a second, and it's like kind of jarring to take you out of that. Of course, you couldn't make those into they couldn't remaster those, so I can understand why they just left it in there.
It's wild to me that this game has the least amount of audio dialogue, I think, of any Yakuza game so far.
Yeah.
There's so much just clicking, but there's not. It's like no one's talking over it. I'm so spoiled from Judgment, where everything basically had a voice.
I know,
no
right?
matter what the action was, and so this time around, it was a little bit jarring. But I mean, like I said, it's a remaster, so it's okay.
That's what I felt about Yakuza 6. It's like every single piece of dialogue had a voice line behind it, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And going back to these older games, it's like, oh yeah, there are some sub-stories in Yakuza 3 and 4 that I just breezed through, like text-wise, because it was just too much. I don't care about your dead whatever. Like, just give me what I need, and we'll move on.
Yeah.
Have you done the English learning sub-stories in Okinawa yet?
Oh, the one where the foreigner is flirting with me at the same time?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm not. I don't know if I'm done with it, but I think I finished at least like 2 levels of it.
Okay.
That was such a weird storyline because that foreigner was flirting with me
and
also touching me. I was like, what is going on right now?
and the text is all like big, like let's have a
Yeah.
good time. I'm like, what the
Which
heck?
is so funny because on a Japanese keyboard, that really is what it's like when you're typing in English.
It's it'd be like
It's so funny.
it'd be like if we were playing the game and then some character started like speaking Japanese to us, and we were like, how do we read this? It's like that's how
Yeah.
the Japanese players felt. They're like, which phrase in English is the right one?
Oh, I know.
They probably look up a guide, like, oh, okay, this is the right one.
Yeah. Gosh, she's so weird.
Yeah, that's a weird sub story, but if you remember my comment about it a few podcasts ago, I think it's actually pretty funny and
It's really funny, but it's
yeah.
also really, but not as weird as the teenager that you befriend who's trying to get with a hostess lady.
Oh yeah, that one's kind of weird too. The guy's like, I really think she's hot. And it's like, I want to ask her out. She's like twice my age, but it's okay. I'm like, what?
And didn't you just have problems asking your classmate out because you bought burgers 6 times in a row?
Man, that kid follows you to Kamurocho, and it's weird.
How does that even happen? I love how after the 6th time that kid buys the burgers, Kiryu's like, you bought all those burgers?
I know, right? He ate them all too, which is he didn't
I
even
know.
store it. He just ate them all. He's all sick. I'm like, dude, what the heck, man? Come on.
That burger sub story was funny though. I was like, what the hell's going on?
I know, right?
Yeah. And yeah, I think those are all the sub stories that I wanted to talk about for now.
Oh, then he hits on Haruka. Remember that?
I don't think I'm there yet,
Oh,
but I'm
Sorry.
waiting for it.
okay. It's funny. I won't say any more, but yeah.
Okay,
it's
for
funny.
sure. Sounds good.
Okay, cool. Thank you for your Yakuza 3 update. I can't wait for you to finish it and also play 4. 4 is pretty short too, but I think it's fun.
Yes. Yeah, I feel like I could finish this in 2 weeks because of how fast I'm going through this.
I know, right?
Yeah. Which is surprising. Oh well. I've also finished watching majority of Final Fantasy VII, and I watched the ending of Final Fantasy VII the Remake.
Nice.
And just because I wanted to see where the cutoff was, and it was a great ending. I was very satisfied. I was very satisfied with the choice that Square Enix made in how they were ending this game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they chose a great spot to end this game, and I'll tell you why. As a person who has played this game before, I thought that the game was going to end in a different spot, and I'm glad that they didn't, because this ending for Final Fantasy VII ends in such a way where a player who has never played Final Fantasy VII before should be very satisfied with where it is, in case that the next part doesn't come out for another 2 to 3 years. So they chose a great spot for a new person to not complain or to be perfectly fine. So in ways I almost feel like in a bad way I almost feel like they Square Enix is gonna buy more time to make part 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that now that they have this game, in theory it should be faster making part 2 now.
Yeah.
In theory. But I think this is, now that I see the ending and I've seen quite a bit of gameplay, I think that this is a great game for people who have never played Final Fantasy VII before.
Yeah.
100% now.
Cool.
Yes. And then if you've already played Final Fantasy VII and you can't wait for the whole complete version to come out, then, choice is yours. But yeah.
I'm definitely gonna wait. Like you talked about last time, I'm also gonna wait until the whole thing is released, because I don't know, I don't feel like playing an incomplete game.
For sure. Since you've never played it though, this won't be as bad, I think. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I think anyone who has never played this before or has completely forgotten about the storyline, it ends at a good spot where you're not disappointed.
You mentioned last time about like something about it being closer to the Yakuza series with mini games and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's really fucking weird. I'm surprised they added so many weird mini games. I'm wondering if I'm wondering if it's becoming a trend of just Japanese RPGs in general.
Like just featuring little stuff you can do on the side.
Yeah.
I think it's because the Yakuza games kind of got bigger in the West. Like Sega realized, oh, everyone wants to play all these. That's why they're all released on PS4 now. And I think other game studios are taking notice. They're like, we have this big open world. What else can we add? Let's add darts. It's like, okay, I see where you're getting inspired from. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, Square Enix taking a tip or two, but I think from what I've seen on YouTube so far, I think it works out to their favor. And like I said, I think anything is just better when you have a full dub of something instead of reading subtitles.
Mm-hmm.
Because Final Fantasy VII came out in what, 97?
Right.
So it's been a minute.
Yeah, and like Animal Crossing has a lot of reading, so does the Yakuza series. But for a lot of people, like they don't want to read, so they just want to play, which makes sense. Yeah. But to each their own.
Yeah. So definitely a Final Fantasy VII Remake. Totally recommend for anyone who has never played it before.
Nice. Yeah, I want to check that out.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm just gonna wait. I don't really feel like I need to play any other things since Animal Crossing and Dead by Daylight kind of take up my whole repertoire right now, my whole tool belt of games.
For sure.
So that's it. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I can't wait to. I watched some people play, and I can't wait to see the rest of the game when it's finished.
Yeah, totally. And then my last update is in a surprising turn of events, the PS4 spring sale that has been going on for about 2-3 weeks now. I got the Kingdom Hearts all-in-one package, which has Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5, 2.8, and 3.
Oh, wow. How much was that?
$30.
So you're going to play all of them?
Yeah, it's 4 games for $30, which includes the one that came out last year.
Huh, I need to look into that.
And it's so funny because I had a friend ask me if I played Kingdom Hearts 3, and I looked at her and I was like, I can't play that game if I have to replay all of these games and it's that expensive. Especially because they didn't specify before that was even canon, the in-between games. Mm-hmm. And then I saw it on the spring sale, and I was like, this is actually not a bad deal and what I've been waiting for. So I bought it.
Oh, yeah. I think I might buy this, too. This looks pretty okay. It looks good for... you save 70%, so that's pretty good. It's not bad.
Yeah. It should satisfy all the story points that I need to hit for 3, I think. So I'm not going to play it all at once. Probably spread it out and play Kingdom Hearts 3 towards the end of the year or beginning of next year, but I have this in my arsenal now.
That's cool.
Yeah. And those are all my video game updates.
I have one that's kind of news related. So Sony's giving away the Nathan Drake collection and Journey for free.
I downloaded Journey because I already have Uncharted, so that's fine. But I downloaded Journey because I was like, I've heard a lot of people talk about it, but no, well, it's free. So
yeah.
Why would I not get it?
I also did the same thing. I don't know when I'm going to play it because I know that I was told that you have to play it in one sitting and you can't just leave the game and save. You could save the game, I think. But there's certain story beat points, like quote unquote levels that you go through. So after each level ends, there's a little save icon or something, and then you just leave if you want to. But because it could be quote unquote multiplayer with another person, randomly joining, you don't know if they're going to continue the journey with you, if they want to sit through the whole thing. So I intend to play the whole thing in one sitting, is what I'm trying to say.
I heard that journey is only 2 to 3 hours as
Yeah,
well.
It's very short. Another reason
Yeah.
why I'm just going to play the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because why not?
Maybe if I feel like it, I could just finish it this week. We'll
There
see.
you go. There you go.
Yeah. I'll think about it. I have Journey as well.
Okay, cool. I remember someone saying that Knack is also available for free somewhere, and I know that's
Ooh.
like, I think it was only in Germany or something. So okay. But yeah,
I can totally get to Germany
sure.
on VPN. Oh, what?
There you go, VPN.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna get that Kingdom Hearts all in one package thing, because it's $30. I don't think it's gonna go any cheaper, and I'm just gonna, I don't know when I'm gonna play it, because I still want to play Yakuza 5 sometime, maybe starting next month. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see when I get to play Kingdom Hearts. I remember I was playing the first game on PS2 up until the Little Mermaid area, and I beat Ursula, and then I was just like, I'm gonna move on. I can't be playing this game. So yeah, now I feel like it's a good time to refresh it. I'm not the biggest Kingdom Hearts fan, mainly because the story is really convoluted, and I don't know, I've heard some nasty things about the fan base, and I'm just like, I could be a fan but not be like them, right? So
I mean, the Kingdom Hearts fan base is as problematic as any other fan base. I don't know any specific stories of their fan base though, unless this is a realm of fan baseism that also crosses into Disney, because then you have double fandom, and that might be controversial.
I would think yeah.
But aside from like the bad eggs that I know, it's like any other fandom, I think.
You have a point. Yeah. I mean, every fandom has their own like toxic people, I guess, bad people.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. That's a good point. It's funny because, like, did I talk about this where there's people who go to Disneyland and ask about Kingdom Hearts to the cast members, and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I think I did, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. It's
yes, you did.
Yeah, you can't talk about Keyblades and the Heartless, and because the cast members are like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Which is so weird, but whatever.
I understand Disney wanting to keep their parks and games and other entertainment separate, but I mean, why can't it all be cohesive? I don't understand.
Yeah, no, that's why I think it's dumb.
I have a couple pieces of news I want to talk about, and I know you have something as well, Lisa. Jason Schreier left Kotaku. He was a prominent writer for Kotaku.
I was about to say, that name sounds really familiar.
Yeah, and everyone's speculating he might be going to the Washington Post because they started their own gaming section of their newspaper. So part of the reason he left, a lot of people are thinking, is because upper management is not the same because they have a new owner. I think they've changed owners twice. So this time it's just like a lot of senior people are leaving because they don't agree with the management and how things are being run, which makes sense. It's crazy because Kotaku has been kind of a source of breaking news for a lot of things in the games industry. For example, there's a writer who broke the Riot Games like sexual discrimination story, and all those things happen to Riot, and now Kotaku, as what's the word? It's one of those games journalism outlets that is reliable. So I don't know if that's ever going to change. I don't think it will, but it's just all these people who used to work there or who were the senior writers there want to go elsewhere. They want to take their talents elsewhere, and
Yeah.
that's okay. That's the job, right? Everyone wants to grow. Everyone wants to change, and if you don't like something, at all, then you could just leave.
Mm-hmm. Totally. He's written quite a bit of articles too that have reached a lot of like press. Wasn't he the one who broke the whole IGN plagiarism story, or was that not him? I might be thinking of someone else.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna claim it. I'm not confident with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, no, it's crazy. He was one of the most prominent figures at Kotaku, and it's it's time for a change.
Yes, totally. That reminds me of so the Giant Bomb. One of my favorite podcasts is the Beast Cast.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 months ago, one of the members left, but he didn't actually leave like because he didn't like the company. He left because he was changing industries, and then he actually and then Dan moved to WWE.
Oh, interesting.
The wrestling company. Yep. And so he's now a producer for a lot of their online content.
That's cool.
Yeah, so he changed industries, but then WWE is a shitty company in itself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I'm sure that he's gonna stay, but I feel like they've done some really interesting things in like the last 2 months that I wonder if he's gonna stay with WWE or not. But we'll see. Upper management is probably like even in more flux because of the situation, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I think it's interesting how, with all this, with this whole pandemic going on, we're all the industry never changes or is never stopping. Like it's never gonna change. It's still going.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I these people. I think that was a good time for them to just be like, I'm done with this. Like they could use this kind of as an excuse to just move on, which is fine because you could still write about video games. You could still talk about video games from the comfort of your own home.
Yes.
Look at us talking about this over Discord. It's great.
Oh yeah.
And the last bit of news I have is they took out Animal Crossing from Taobao, their Amazon equivalent, to like this is their online shopping store that they have in China.
I didn't know that their online shopping store was called Taobao.
Yeah, Taobao. They have Alibaba as well as another shopping site.
Okay, that's the one. Okay, there you go. I was like, that was the one I was thinking of, Alibaba.
Oh yeah. And then their Google's called Baidu. So
yes, yep.
And this is in response to a lot of Hong Kong protesters using Animal Crossing as a way to protest the government of Hong Kong by, showing little like pictures of Carrie Lam and then like stepping over them and erasing them and hitting them with nets. And for those that don't know, Carrie Lam is like the mayor of Hong Kong, governor of Hong Kong, something like that. And so basically Hong Kong protesters are using Animal Crossing as a way to still protest without going outside, and they're posting their videos to Twitter, and of course the Chinese government took notice and they're like, this children's game cannot be on the store anymore, we're going to take it away. And so it disappeared from Taobao and anywhere online, so you can't buy it in mainland China anymore. But of course the people that still have it are going to play it and you can't stop them. But
once they have it, they have it.
But to further that, they're also like closing off any online compatibility, so Chinese players can't play with the international community and vice versa.
Wow.
So they're really
Jesus Christ.
they're taking this seriously. And I'm like, dang, dude, this is a kid's game, but okay.
Gosh. That's so wild.
Yeah, what a time, right? What a time we live in.
I know.
And that's all the news I have.
And then the last bit of news I have is that Grand Theft Auto 6 is in progress. It's in early development. My prediction is if they announced early development right now and then Red Dead Redemption 2 came out in 2018, I would say we're probably like 5 years out, maybe, to Grand Theft Auto 6. It's my prediction.
Nice.
So I'm excited for that. I hope that we don't. Good God, I don't want to go back to Liberty City. I want them to go back to Miami. Go to Vice City. Do something. Because Grand Theft Auto 5 made me realize how much I missed San Andreas. So I really, really hope they go to Vice City for the 6th one. So we'll see.
I was reading an article about how the 6th game will take place in Miami, in Vice City, and you'll be able to fly down to South America.
Yes!
As part of the game, and it'll take place in the 1970s and 1980s. So kind of, hitting that Narcos like train, I guess, hitting that fan base and that storyline. So maybe you'll encounter drug lords who are trying to take their drugs up to the U.S. So yeah,
manifest and make this rumor come true. Oh my God!
I mean, I'm down
amazing.
for it.
That's beautiful.
That sounds so cool. I mean, I although the past big 3 Grand Theft Auto games have circled the same cities in their previous generation, like I'm okay with it. They're expanding, which is nice, like Grand Theft Auto 5 is much bigger than San Andreas, and Grand Theft Auto 4's Liberty City was nicer than Grand Theft Auto 3's. So yeah, I mean, they can only go up from here. So it sounds like Grand Theft Auto 6's map will be the biggest in the entire franchise, and it will encompass
especially if you're going to
City.
South America. Damn.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other country, whole other continent. So, yeah, well,
that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm really. Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm gonna manifest this rumor to make sure that it happens, because that is an amazing storyline already.
It sounds awesome.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. That's all the news I got. We got questions.
No?
I think we have one question on YouTube.
Is it the same one from last week?
No, I don't think so. I think it came from on our new episode. One moment.
Oh, I didn't get any notification. That's weird.
It's all good. It's all good. I saw it when I logged on, so almost there. Okay. From episode 134, the Bunny Day podcast, Fresh J goes, "What's up, y'all? This is JT, one of Jeremy's homies.
Oh
I'm
my
definitely
God.
give this I'll give this a full listen soon. I just want to say I'm about 75% done with the Final Fantasy VII Remake story, and the game is incredible. They really did a fantastic job expanding the story of Cloud and his friends in Midgar. Gameplay is smooth as butter, too. Completely blown away by this remake."
Oh, JT. Oh my God. Long time no see.
Completely agree with you, JT, because everything that I've watched on YouTube has looked great.
Yeah, everything is fantastic. It looks beautiful. The characters, their models look great. They look a little bit more photorealistic. I hope you're enjoying the game a lot. I know there's a lot of concern about the next part and the save not crossing over, but I hope everyone, and especially you, are enjoying this little.
What do you mean the save won't cross over?
Someone told me that your save won't cross over to the next part of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I was like,
why would that makes no sense.
And I was like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
That literally makes no sense.
He's like, yeah, then you have to start over. I'm like, what do you mean you have to start over? It's like halfway through.
This guy is tripping. That is hard to believe. What is going on right now?
And I was like, I don't believe that in the slightest, dude. He's like, yeah, well, that we just gotta wait. And I'm like, dude, I don't understand. Are you drunk?
Yeah, I was like, that literally makes no sense. They would not do that. Like,
yeah, I was like, what do you mean? Why wouldn't your save cross over? Because if you complete one part of the game, shouldn't it cross over to the next part? So I don't know what he was smoking. Whatever, dude. I don't believe that. I still believe that your save's gonna cross over to the next part, but I don't know.
Of course. Because
Yeah.
you developed all your like materia and shit in this game, so it has to cross over, and it makes absolutely no sense. Come on.
I think what he said was like, I think what he said was he wants to start from 0 again, or like he says they're gonna restart your character from 0 so that you could play from the beginning up until the next
I'm
point.
so confused.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like,
this literally
dude,
makes no sense.
I don't even own the game. I know exactly what you're talking about, and it doesn't make any sense.
Like, Square Enix can't be that dumb.
Yeah. So.
And if they are, no, I'm not gonna put that out there. They're not that dumb. We're fine.
Because if you do restart, I'll be like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Because if it is true, then I'm just like, what the fuck's going on? No, but we're okay. We're okay.
Yeah. So, cool. JT, thank you so much for putting your comment in. Thank you for listening, man. I haven't seen you in so long. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Yeah, let's hang out, man.
But it has to be on webcam, just saying.
Oh, I mean, yeah, sadly. Well, whenever this thing blows over, we could see each other in person.
Yes. All right. If you have any questions for the next episode, www.downtime.live has a forum as well as our Discord link. And the Discord link is in the episode description as well. You can email us at contact@downtime.live. You can comment on any of our platforms where we have the podcast. So YouTube, Stitcher, Podbean. You can add us at Twitter. And you can write us a review from Apple Podcasts and we'll read it.
Yeah, and if you want to join our Discord community, it's in the description of any of these platforms that you're listening to. You just click on the word Discord or click on the link next to the Discord name, and it'll take you to an invite link to join our Discord community, where we talk about everything from Animal Crossing to the Yakuza series to Terrace House to anime, anything you want. Music, we have a music channel. So if you want to hang out with us, if you want to ask us questions directly, use that platform, and we will respond to you.
Yes. And that's it for episode 135. Hope y'all had a good time, and we will see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.